Hello, everyone. Now, today, let me introduce you all a very talented guy. His name is Aman Srivastav, who hails from the beautiful city of Lucknow, India. So, Aman is a bunch of talent. It will take a hell lot of time for me to narrate everything he has achieved in life in terms of both academics and non-academics. But the very recent achievement of Aman I would like to highlight is that Aman recently cracked that joint CSIR UGC Junior Fellowship exam that was held in June 2020, and he secured All India rank 44. That's so very huge. So, Aman, once again, congratulations for that. I'm sure the people who would be watching, they will be just say that the comment like, wow. So it is such a huge achievement, honestly. So apart from it, Aman has, appeared for like GATE, and he successfully cracked that exam for like 4 times, then JAM 3 times, then JES 2 times, JRF 2 times. Also, a rank one holder in IUCA National Admission Test for PhD. And currently, he is pursuing his PhD at IIT Indore in the field of astronomy. It's a huge list. I have just narrated some. So, Aman, my first thing I would like to ask is that, initially you were in the engineering background, like your subject was space engineering. And after that, you opted your master's at IIT Jodhpur. So now,
Right, right.
as a PhD research scholar in IIT Indore in the field of astronomy. So, when do you see back, how do you would like to highlight your entire journey so far? It's a very long journey, to be very honest, coming from an engineering background and getting a position in like such a prestigious institute. So, what do you have to say in this regard?
Okay. First of all, well, I was in my engineering and I thought of going for physics in my final years. So I just started exploring for different examinations. I prepared exams and just qualified with good ranks. But in that year, I was not offered any seat at any IIT. I had rank of 243 in IIT JAM exam. And because of my BTech background, I was not offered the seat. So I had to take a drop again and give it another chance, the final one in my life. I thought of like that. And that was second try, and I got into IIT Jodhpur. And similarly, same thing happened for these interviews for PhD, as my background was a bit of engineering. Then I went for sciences from IIT Jodhpur, and then I was appearing for interviews. The first question always was, why from engineering to physics? You have a better scope in engineering. Why are you coming to physics? Right. So, in short, I would like to say that because of my background, I suffered a bit. I got a bit of backslash, I would say, in my career. But overall experience, it was awesome. Like, I'm very happy where I'm right now, and I'm really enjoying doing what I'm doing right now.
Okay, so on a personal note, what would have been your answer like if someone asks that why from engineering to physics?
I mean, the answer is very basic. Is very basic. I mean, you must have seen it on different social media platforms. The word has been overused, and that is like passion and interest, right? So overall,
Yes.
definitely, I just go with very honest answer, and that is like I was very passionate of doing physics. I really enjoyed doing physics in my bachelor's. I had different subjects, and I used it. I got good ranks in exams, so I thought like I have interest as well as I think I have potential to go in this field.
Okay. Okay. So one more thing that now many students are now they are studying for this CSIR NET exam. Like some are preparing for years, not doing well. Some are even quitting in the middle of it and opting for other lines. It's like everyone will have various sorts of story. But despite of you facing so much of ups and downs, also you had like a focus and target that you would achieve this. So if someone just asks that what's your success mantra, like someone always have some sort of that success mantra like in everyone's journey. So that's cracking a competitive exam all India rank is not easy. So what do you have to say about those people who are really struggling real very hard? And now in this time of pandemic, I have heard that the CSI NET exam that was used to conduct for like twice a year is now conducting like once a year. So people are just getting frustrated. I often used to check the social media accounts. They are just full of just messages. They are just telling the higher authorities to at least take an action against us. So what do you have to say to them? Any sort of advice, piece of advice?
I mean, I can understand how they feel, right? I mean, they're preparing very well, they're giving their best, and then they realize the exams had been postponed, and every day at such an age matters a lot. And I totally get that. But the thing is, there is my best advice would be, which someone should have told me earlier for not worrying, is if you are passionate about doing something, okay, just go for that thing only. Stop thinking about surroundings, stop thinking about other aspects of your life, because you have a certain goal at this age, and that should be maybe your career or something you want to do, right? Okay, if you start calculating that, okay, fine, I'm 26 now and I start doing PhD, then I have to go postdoc, and then I have to find a lecturership examination, job, and that would be 34. When will I get married? When will I get my own home and my own car, right? So these things might
My
panic you a
my
lot.
thought. This is my thought.
This is our thoughts.
I get worried about all these things. Okay, continue, please.
Okay, so in 2017, when I was not selected, okay, I thought of giving one more try, and that was near to impossible, because it had to be a miracle. Because if in 2017 none of the IITs took me, then why the hell would they take in 2018, right? But I wanted to give another try out of something, and just would like to explore the options. The point was, when I crossed that boundary, when I got whatever I wanted, okay, those thoughts just vanished. Okay, the moment I entered the gate of IIT, I just realized, okay, fine, what I am right now doing whatever I want to do. I don't care about when I will get married, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe settle down. So the point is, these few months you are facing this proper problem, you are facing these kind of thoughts, what will happen after a few years, those will definitely go away the moment you appear in the exam, the moment you give your best and get a good result, or get selected somewhere, whatever you want to do, they will definitely vanish. They will not prevail in you. So the point is, you have to control those feelings. You have to not think beyond certain time and just focus on whatever you are going to do in certain, like next year or so.
Yeah, I got it. I am also taking that piece of advice because sometimes it just happens, so many
Right, that's
tensions in
totally
life, it just happens. So,
right.
yeah. My next question is, I used to ask this question to everyone who is doing really good in the field of academics, that our education system in India, as you all know, it's very, very different as compared to the abroad. So, as an Indian, what do you have to say about our education system? Do you feel that there are a lot of major changes to be required, or like any sort of suggestions you would like to give, or like as a student, you have achieved so many things. So, any pros and cons that from your perspective, what do you have to say about it?
Okay, if as a student, if I have to talk about the education system, I'll definitely say that it's very rigid. I mean, like, of course, in the last few years, I would say 4 or 5 years, it has become a bit flexible, but it's a very rigid one. I mean, if a person is interested to do something, he should not be judged based on his past, degrees or so. What are degrees, right? In
Yeah,
Indian education system, if you do a BTech in aerospace, for example, and you might get a job, but the moment you start the job, you realize whatever you have studied, it's of nearly no use. Just clearing the entrance examinations and maybe appearing in interviews. So the education system, whatever we study there, they are not very much used practically in daily life, or getting into higher career opportunities. Therefore, the system should be very flexible for us, so that if person at any age, because 12th class and 11th class is not the right age for someone to decide what they want to pursue, right? If I want to do science, I mean, it may happen I would have it may happen during my BTech that I realize I want to do something. So the system should be a bit flexible. The curriculum should be a little bit vivid. For example, especially in sciences, because in engineering we had different personality development courses, English speaking, and other courses. But in sciences, I found that they were very lacking. It was mainly focused on specific subjects and their theoretical knowledge, and just solve the numerical, get the marks, and go ahead. So, including such practical things, maybe just include things like coding and everything. So they will definitely give a boost to, I would say, skills to the person in that department also. Uh, right. So flexibility and including this practical some courses related to that should be the aim for the government, the aim for the education system right now.
yeah, it's a very good point that you have raised. Because if the things are flexible, at least we can do the things on our own. Like everyone has their own power of imagination.
Definitely,
So,
definitely.
yeah. So now please tell me about your book. I heard that Aman Srivastava is also an author. So I would like to know about your book, Nine Dreams to IIT. And even I need a copy of it, if for the audience who wants to, read or get a copy of it or like anything, what's the way? I really want to know how is Aman Srivastava as an author?
Okay, so this book was published with IIT Jodhpur and of course with the different IITs in collaboration with Tell Me Your Story. I think you might have heard about that.
Yeah.
Startup is there, so they publish these things. So institute, this book was actually dedicated to people who have faced different variety of difficulties during pursuing their dream, right? So I was one of them because my story of last 2 years between 2016 and 2018 was a really big one. So I just wrote it down, whatever I felt like, and I think they liked it.
Okay. And how to get the book? Please. I guess that's an e-book.
Yeah, actually, I have in my Kindle, so I mean, I can send you my Kindle or login ID password. But the point is, we had signed a contract kind of thing, so we cannot just send the document to like directly.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay. I'm looking forward to reading this. Really. Okay. Now, any sort of personal messages that you'd like to give to the aspirants who are preparing for this exam, and also before you answer this, I would like to tell the viewers that anyone who is preparing for this CSIR exam in the field of physics, Aman has recently started up a YouTube channel where he has started sharing his experiences. He is solving all the issues and like or anyone is having. So there are so many different contents. I have definitely gone through it. So I won't be saying much. I'm just forwarding this to Aman so that he would be at least able to tell the people that what is this channel all about. Because after he has cracked this recent exam, so he has started up this channel for specifically for those people who are looking forward for this exam. So Aman, just tell the people about your newly created YouTube channel.
Okay, right. So I after qualifying the examinations and I thought of starting a channel where I would be answering very specific questions which you may not find on internet, and that would be based on my experiences. And I feel that there are a lot of questions and a lot of things that are not available, not known to people, to the aspirants, and those are very important things, and that may definitely help them in preparing for these exams efficiently, right? And all the plus and minus, and also all the opportunities, parallel opportunities that are available in this field. So I started a channel called Physics Untethered, because of course it is untethered means unlocked, right? So I'll be definitely specifically pointing out certain questions, certain non-technical topics which I think a person should know before starting their preparation. I'll be sharing I have also shared my interview experiences there, which I faced for my PhD. Because while I was preparing for these interviews, I used to look everywhere, and I never found any channel, something like that.
Yeah,
people used to share this kind of things. So I just this channel will be very not specific to certain topic, but I'll be answering a lot of specific questions. Okay, with that aim, I have started this channel, and with the time, as I'll feel that these things a person should know, I'll definitely make a video and upload it on that channel.
Yeah. So I'll be attaching the link of the channel in the description section when this video will be available on YouTube. And also, if anyone has any sort of queries that you'd like to solve with Aman, you can just mail him. You can just write to him. He will, I guess, definitely come up with some sort of solution, as he's a very solution master, as per my knowledge. Okay, so Aman, just concluding this session with a very positive note that I would like you to say to the aspirants, like who are really very frustrated or maybe stressed out right now and just want some positive vibes. So, what do you have to say to them?
I'll just say just 2 words. Just hold on, right? I know you are talented. I know you are interested. I know you can do that, right? I am not, as he said that I have qualified a lot of examinations, but let me tell you, I'm not very smart guy, to be honest, right? So I just went a conventional way. prepared and
Aman is a genius in coding. Let me tell the people also about that. So he is telling himself technically, please, that's not the right word. No, I won't accept. Okay, you please carry on.
okay, right. So the point is, people who will be scientists in the future will be one of you. Then why not you, right? Always
Yeah,
have a story, right? Just
yeah,
don't think that it is a struggle. Just think that it is something. When I'll be successful, I'll write about, right, and inspire others, right? So just hold on, and let me tell you, once you get a good place, once you end up in a good place, these things will definitely go away, and you will start a new life. The thing is, of course, don't let yourself too much down. Just allot a timetable, small timetable or something like that, and just study regularly. Okay, there is no cheat, there is no hack for getting through examinations, and yeah, just consistency is the key. And it's okay if you are worried. It's okay if you are down sometimes, right? That's fine. You can do this. I know.
thank you so much. And congratulations for your new journey. I hope you again shine with good grades and you just go higher and higher. I have no other words for you because your graph is really very beautiful. It's just going increasing exponentially with time. So just keep eh, doing what you are really doing. And with this, just concluding this session, again, I'll be coming up with another interesting session with another big. So just be in this amazing series of aspirants because it will really inspire you in lot many ways. So thank you, Aman.